Live. Good morning, everybody. I hope we are having a wonderful Sunday and that we are recovered from the Thanksgiving festivities, the Black Friday shopping, the Small Business Saturday shopping, and preparing up for Cyber Monday, where, everybody's just shopping, shopping, shopping. I am here with my friends David and Julie. Say hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Hey,
And we are working on November's Kona 2025. We're still in 25 block of the month. And yeah, this is the penultimate block. I love using the word penultimate anytime I can because it just means second to last. And
Yeah.
it confuses everybody. And we are getting really close to having it finished. And for anybody who is just wondering, why do I need to join and stuff? This is a fabric I have left over.
hmm
And I still haven't gotten to December yet. And with this fabric, we are doing the finishing of the kit, of the quilt, doing piano key borders and stuff. So, yeah, it's amazing how much fabric we have because each block only uses, I think, what is it? One, two, three,
16.
four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, eight, 18 would be the maximum number
Yeah.
of squares we use for a block. It might even be 16 being the highest because usually there's a corner block. So yeah, there is a lot of extra fabric in here.
hmm
And yeah, and we don't even need a good small portion of it. So I set up my local quilt shop the other day that you can hypothetically get another quilt out of here. And I'm like, you could probably get another two quilts out of here.
And to add to that, Russ, I like the way these cards, it's a card. It's thick
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's one page directions.
Yep.
Um, and so you could actually take, and I have thought about that, taking a pattern that you really like let's say September. You can make a whole
September.
quilt using this whole block, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. So that was another thing that attracted me to doing this. They're simple one page
One
instructions.
pagers and everything. Yeah, they've been great. And we're almost done. We're on the next to the last block.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
in the chat so far, we have Candace, who was
Hey, hey, Candace.
firsties. We have Tracy, who says hello, everyone. We have Charlotte, who's in, that also says hello, everyone. And Joydy is up saying, hi, Russ, Julie, David, wave.
Hey, hey, Jody.
So I have my block laid out. It's a giant mess, as these blocks tend to be when they're on, because they're an 18-inch block, and my design board is 18 inches. And when you have to add in all these seams, there's not enough room until it gets down to,
Put together. Yep.
yeah, until it gets put together.
hmm I
So,
struggled this month with the colors. I love blue, but trying to put all those different blues together, that was a struggle for me for some reason.
but they all go together. It's really just picking which ones
Mm.
it's always every month picking the ones you like because
Yeah,
they're all solids. They're all guaranteed to go together.
right.
And the phrase that I have heard is, if you make it scrappy enough, it goes together.
Correct.
So people have thousands of fabrics in their stash that are very scrappy, and you're like, well, I don't really want to put Tula Pink next to Camille Roskelley, but if you put enough fabrics in there, Tula Pink next to Camille Roskelley isn't that crazy.
Mhm.
Right.
Now, that's the nice thing with this block is you're able to do exactly just that and really clean up your stash.
Yeah.
hmm
Because you could easily do this out of yardage too, and the blocks come out to be not as colorful, but they come out with
Making each block out of a
correct.
like a fat quarter or something.
Hmm.
I think we can get
Yeah.
enough pieces out of a fat quarter. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you doing today?
I'm a sucker for Civil War. Love Civil
Yes.
War. And I think this quilt would be gorgeous in Civil War, and then take the background pieces and use. I have a huge bundle of Butter and Brickle, I think they called it, by Kim Deal.
Ah,
So it would be all different um, backgrounds, but in the same hue.
see, you're
Hmm.
talking David's language with Ken Deal.
I love
Hmm.
her. I love her. I try to buy everything I can from her, and I don't know why, because I'm not going
Yeah.
to have time to ever get it all done. But I think that would make a beautiful quilt. Uh,
Well, I'm a modus snob all around, so you know how that goes.
right. Need to find. I'm going to excuse myself for just a second. Fine. You'll you'll love this, David. So if you take your Kim Deal fabric, and then this is from Henry Glass. I bought this bundle. Imagine this in all the backgrounds.
Oh
Oh, that'd
yeah,
be gorgeous.
totally.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? Like you could
Hmm.
take one fat quarter for each block if you could get that out of it. And
Hmm.
that would be absolutely gorgeous. That would give that quilt so much movement. Oh Lord, I don't need another project.
Well,
Okay,
you
put
could
that
use
aside.
both. Have you decided what you're going to do for your chat horse?
No,
Because you
I
could use that
haven't.
one for chat horse.
That would be a good idea. Yes, I think I just decided. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because did I tell you this is what it's similar to yours?
Mm-hmm.
These are the colors for mine.
I
So very,
have that bundle and I love
mhm.
those colors.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
yeah. So
Yeah. I think I have got several. If I go to tearing into everything, I'm gonna make a mess. But I think I will do that. That would be a good idea.
I was talking to David yesterday, and he said that he was going to recolor the Secret Garden so long that we're going to start after all of these are done
Mm-hmm.
in Kansas Troubles.
mhm.
In the Wheatland, is it Wheatland? Her new line?
Wheatland's the new one. Yes.
Wheatland. I would like to have that line. That is beautiful. Next Monday, a week from tomorrow, is my birthday. You reckon I could say something to
Ooh.
Debbie? Hey, I need this. I don't think I have to ask,
No.
but it makes me feel better. That would be really nice. I would like to ask you both, because you're computer savvy. I'm not. How do you do those recolors like that? Do I need to have something special?
I took the pattern and I took every single block and painstakingly drew it in EQ8,
Oh,
which is it's expensive software.
mm,
Not saying that
It's
is it, it
fun.
it is a lot of fun. It's got a steep learning curve,
mm.
but you can design basically any quilt and then you can import fabrics into EQ8 and
Oh,
then basically recolor everything and it'll give you that whole how does everything look.
okay. I think I'll pass on that. That already sounds way over my head. And you need to have a computer for that, right? I just have my
Yes.
iPad. Think it.
Yeah, that is the downside to EQ8 is you do need a computer for it. There are apps out there that I don't know if they're free or inexpensive or what type of functionality they give you because I I honestly don't like doing um, bigger projects on my smaller devices. So I'm not going to sit there and look at recoloring a quilt on my phone or on my tablet.
Right.
That just seems ridiculous to me.
Right. I could see that.
So I haven't looked at them, but I know our friend Steven of the Idiot Quilter, he has mentioned a few times on his channel um some of these apps that you can use.
Hmm.
It's always good when you end up with an extra block that you're not supposed to have. Now I have to recount.
Hmm.
Can't count the 144.
Well, no, this is just the original 72, but I have an extra one, so this ought to be good. Now I got to go make sure I didn't double stitch something because we know that I've been known to do that.
Well, is it fairly? I need to know. Is it warm in Georgia still, Russ?
It is 43 degrees currently
I
and
would love
raining.
that. Oh, wonderful. We're expecting snow and it's very cold. I think the low tonight's like 20
Yeah,
tonight.
I still say it shorts weather. There
Oh,
is like, yeah, it's just crazy with the chilliness and all of that. But,
I asked Stephanie.
I sleep a lot better when it's chilly than when it's warm. So,
No.
and I don't have the cats anymore complaining, "Oh, it's cold in here."
Oh, it won't be long and you'll have some new buddies though.
Like
I
they're
know,
good.
and then they'll be complaining, "It's cold in here."
It's warm where you're at, isn't it, David?
Today we're in the 60s. Now
Oh.
Phoenix, where I was at earlier this week, was in the 70s and 80s still, so that was nice.
Yes. I asked Stephanie yesterday um, about her snow. She said, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to get like 6 more." I think I was on the Greenland quilter, maybe.
Nope, it was on my channel.
Was that on your Okay. See,
Yep.
I can't think. I sewed all night last night and listened to everybody. She said, "Oh yeah, we're going to get 6 more inches," and I'm going, "Oh my word!" I know she's used to that, but it seems to us that's a lot.
I don't even know how many inches she had before she said 6 more inches.
That's something. But she's lived there. She knows. She
Yeah, if you live there, you signed up for it.
right.
Mhm.
But
That's
I can
why,
handle that.
like, when my sister complains, yeah, I'm like, you decided not to move away. You chose there. I mean, we got pushed up there, but I chose to move away because
It
it
does
cold.
get cold. I don't mind. I love the snow, and of course we get snow here, but it doesn't last like it does where she lives. Um, I just can't handle the cold. If I don't have to be out in it, I'm good. But when I like this week, I'll be out in it and I'll be crying. Nobody will listen to me.
Yeah, that's my big thing is when it gets cold down here, I don't have to, well, okay, I do have to be out in it because somebody likes to go out for walks.
Well, yeah, we have to take care of business down here. I can't hold it forever.
I'm like, we have trees out back.
Yeah, but it's not the same to go out and visit all the other neighborhood and
I
everything.
know she's got to leave her P mail.
I have my two old Bassets. They stay in the house, and my one oldest one, the sewing buddy, he's down here right below my chair, and he's got his own electric blanket, and he is snoring. He's happy.
It's good.
I will tell you the one part that I will not miss about this project ending is
Was
me
gunk all over?
having to decide which direction I need to be pressing my seam so they nest nicely.
Oh.
Because sitting here trying to think that far in advance is getting very
Well,
strenuous on my brain muscles.
and the instructions say to do it all one way and it doesn't work.
Right. Well, it doesn't list any pressing directions.
I thought, yeah, there's arrows on it, I thought.
No, the arrows that's on this page is saying start with this, get to this, get to this. It's not giving us any pressing directions. It's just giving us the it's a step one,
That's
step
true.
two, step
Yeah.
three.
And even pressing to the dark side doesn't work.
Correct. You're going to get bulky if you consistent to the dark side. So,
So
Yeah.
I lowered my stitch length and I pressed mine all open because that was too much for me. Didn't have the
yeah,
patience.
I'm not an open person. Like I appreciate that they can be flatter, but at the same time I feel like in some cases you're not getting any extra flat.
Exactly.
So Cheryl says that she uses EQ8 and block base, so that's a great idea. I don't know what block base is, although it sounds familiar. And then she says the other way is using quadrille paper. I don't know what that word is. I'm assuming graph paper and using colored pencils, and you could you could have your children help pick the colors and join in the fun.
Oh, that would be fun. Now that's up my alley. Pencil and paper.
And Charlotte says it was in the 80s yesterday and 40s and 50 for at least the next week there in Texas.
In Texas. Wow.
I've never been thrilled with the sudden jump in temperatures like that.
Mm-mm.
Unless it's going to, decide to go cool and stay cool. I don't want it to, warm up, then go cool, then warm up, then go cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you work on that quilt yesterday anymore, Russ? That you did on your live?
Work on which?
The one that you did
Oh,
on your live.
nope. I actually did much worse than that.
Uh-oh.
I needed to go to my local quilt shop to hunt for fabric
Fun.
because on Monday I had dinner with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in about a year. And 5 minutes before dinner was over, when when the staff was about ready to kick us out, because they closed at 9, and I'm not one to keep people past their closing time. He says, "Did I tell you we're pregnant again?" And I'm like, "Excuse me? You should have started with this, not ended." So yeah, um, I had to find a project that I can make, and I started going through some of my stash saying, this would be a cute project, this would be a cute project, until I realized I would be giving a significantly different quilt size to the second baby. And they're both going to be boys, and
Boys.
boys compare sizes of everything apparently. So I didn't want them to go neener, 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 mine's bigger, or whatever boys would say.
Please.
So I went to the local quilt shop and found a panel that matched a similar size to the pattern that I made for the first one.
Great. Now, is that all we purchased?
Well, I purchased the panel, I
Yeah.
purchased the remainder of the fabric for the top, and I purchased the backing.
Oh,
And it
okay.
totaled $118.
Hey, that's not bad. Not
I
this day,
also
son.
I also had to re-up my bag lady card because that apparently expired like the day after my sister left.
And you didn't fully get to use that either, did you?
No, I did use all my punches. We
Oh, you
we
did?
looked at
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Well, that's good then.
because yeah, the first thing that she said is your bag lady card's expired. And I looked at it, I was like, did I renew? Did I renew? When is it due? Da 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 da. And so I pulled it out of my wallet. I was like, oh, it expired almost 2 months ago. I haven't been shopping in here in 2 months. So
That would have been about the last time that you and Candace went shopping, wasn't it?
it was when my sister was here.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, so because she was,
Has it
uh,
been that long already?
yeah, it was
Jeez,
two
Louise.
months.
That don't seem possible.
I know. But yeah, that's when we were last there, and well, let me rephrase that. That's the last time I purchased anything because I've been going there for Saturday Sampler in both October and oh wait, October I did the really early one. So there was a long period between when I was in there because I didn't go anywhere.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's been a little bit of a minute. But with all of these projects that I have
Yeah,
going on, it's not like I need to go constantly.
right.
No offense to, the shops.
Well, the sweatshop of Russ needs to finish. But
Yeah,
yeah,
one day.
Between you and Steven, you guys overwhelm me with all these. I'm like, I can't even keep up.
Oh, so Blockbase is a companion software to EQ8. So I guess
Oh,
it's more
okay.
blocks or something. I
interesting.
mean, you can draw your own blocks. EQ8 has a lot of blocks built into it. Uh, but I've always been like looking for something, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So maybe if I had, more blocks to overwhelm me.
Right.
Charlotte says the sudden drastic changes in temps are hard to take.
Mm-hmm.
Candace is asking the horrible question. Thank you, Candace.
Uh-oh.
She's asking what's our next project?
You got it handy, or do you want me to pull it out?
I do not have it handy.
You need to join us, Candace.
So I guess the question first is which y'all are you talking about? Because the crew from Russ has multiple projects.
So we've got
The
this
next
one.
one that's really starting is what David's holding up. Let me see if I can spotlight you real quick.
Yes.
Spotlight. Okay. This is the Chatsworth Block of the Month. It's by Doug Leco. And it uses 12-inch squares as your fabric requirements. It's not a layer cake. You need a little bit more than layer cake. I do remember that.
Yeah, well, since that's all we're there we go. For those that want
So yeah, assorted 12-inch squares needed.
to. Mhm.
I ended up buying third yard of fabrics and all of that, but so we're going to be doing that, and then I am going to also be starting
Yep.
what David is about to pull up. Let me respotlight him. The Secret Garden Sampler. I have a few folks who want to join in on this one as well. And I'll do the official announcement in January because I will be giving away a copy of this pattern. This one is from Chorus Quilts. I am recoloring this one in Camille Roskelley Summertime. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of fabric requirements on there, with the background being obviously the most. This one is, I mean, they're both written as blocks of the month,
Hmm.
and there's a lot to do with them. And I think that they are going to be a lot of fun. And then, also in April, Second Star on the Right is going to be starting, which is an Art East quilting company. Sew along.
That one I am not doing.
I'm not.
Amy just joined the chat. She's usually here with us. She says, "Hello, everyone. Sorry to miss being live with y'all." She's trying to get organized to go back to her parents' home for a while. Please keep her family in our thoughts and prayers. Yes, we are definitely keeping you and your family in our thoughts and prayers. Hopefully, everything works out for the better.
Hi, Amy. We miss you, hon.
So yeah, I've got a few so longs I'm starting.
Hmm.
The Chatsworth is going to be every other week. We're going to do two blocks because it is a very small. They're small blocks and they're very simple. So um I'm confident that we can do blocks every other week. So that'll just go on for 3.5 months.
Yeah, the videos were like 15, 20 minutes for each block at most. So it should be relatively quick for us.
And then the what is the other one? The Secret Garden I'm going to be doing as a monthly block of the month. Really? I'm going to have to do you like this?
Yeah, wait till December.
We'll see if these work. It's also annoying when these blocks have to be pressed the opposite direction of what they really want to go, or the seam.
I
Okay,
like doing the half
that's
square.
not right. How did
Uh-oh.
I did something wrong already.
When I'm laying it out, I love half square triangles, but I have noticed with these patterns, I have to have the card right there because I get them all turned around.
Okay. I sewed something backwards, but I can recover as long as I do them all the same way. No, I can't recover because I'm still not going the right direction. I have to rip. I was like, I can recover. Oh, wait, no, I can't. No idea how I accidentally sewed the wrong side, but da, 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 da.
Those are
Charlotte says they're both great quilts. Good morning, Greenland Quilter Katie. How you doing? Or it's
I.
actually afternoon over there. Amy says she misses us too. She should be set up for the December live so she can join in. That would be
Okay.
awesome.
Yes.
I was wondering if you would have been able to pick up your December block based on the email that you said, of what your schedule may or may not be, but um, yeah, hopefully you can get that. Cheryl says the secret garden looks fun too. I think it's going to be an awesome quilt.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because that one's going to be done. Like I said, I'm going to do that one in Kansas Troubles, so that ought to be fun.
Yeah, that's the one that Dave wants to do in Kansas Troubles. I'm going to do it in summertime. Julie, I think, bought the kit.
No, I
No?
didn't have the kit. I did buy some of the fabrics, bits and pieces, but I have such an extensive fabric collection.
You're
I'm gonna
shopping your
put it.
stash.
Yes. And I'm gonna like look at the block and then kind of compare to what I have and get kind of close. So we'll see what that's gonna look like.
And my friend Stephanie of Quilting with Stephanie Stitches has hinted that she might want to do it with us.
Good.
And she purchased the kit. So we're gonna have several different variants of it
Mm-hmm. Okay.
depending on the person doing the project.
Well, look how different each one of our ones are with this one because you did it in a different background that
Yeah.
isn't traditional, and then um, Amy was doing which kind? She was just following the regular pattern, or did she have a different background?
Yeah, Amy had a black with speckles on it.
Speckles, that's right. And then Julie here has done two, and she did hers, but Teeks in that one turned out really good.
Yeah. And then I want y'all to notice that are in the chat behind me on my design wall. These are the blocks that we have done so far. Mine is, let's see if I can find. Yeah. It looks white. The camera's not doing it justice, but mine is it's kind of a grayish with a hint of blue, maybe,
Ooh, yes.
in it. So it does have movement, and the camera just doesn't pick it up. So
Okay, take two with this block or this portion of the block.
I enjoyed that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like I said, I don't know how I got it tipped upside down, but it's a good thing. It's a seam ripper that will get things up, not necessarily a something that can't be undone.
That's right. I have ripped several of those. If I get distracted or I'm talking, I don't get it straight. I'm kind of. I enjoyed sewing with you last night, Katie, and I bet within a day or two, well, you'll have your 10,000. She's going for 10,000 subscribers.
Katie says she is 4 away.
4. That's wonderful. I'm so excited for you. And her husband is coming home today. He's a fisherman. And she talked about that last night, too.
She gets overly excited every time he comes home.
Well,
It's always great to see her face.
yes. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, they say.
Okay. Now, don't sew this one backwards, Ross. Good afternoon, Jen. How are you today? I've been saying good morning to everybody, haven't I?
Well, it depends on where they're at, but yes.
It's okay.
I mean, like I said, it just goes back to my Waffle House days where, it's always morning in Waffle House.
Mhm.
Okay, now I know how I'm doing these wrong.
What'd you do?
What are you doing wrong?
I laid them out in the design board wrong.
Ooh,
So when I pulled it off the design board, it came out wrong. So guess who has to rip again?
Oh no.
Candace is asking, can I think about doing Cora's Christmas sampler last half of next year? That is her Yuletide sampler 2.
Hmm.
Um, I can think about it. I make no promises because it really depends on how the first couple blocks go
which one
with
is she talking about?
the one that looks just like that. Yeah, that one. Which let me
I bought the
spotlight you.
kit. I had the
Yeah,
fabric out.
that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Yes.
one. So there's a lot of blocks that are identical to the Secret Garden sampler and also the Barnstar sampler if you've purchased that. And so it just really depends on how fast some of those blocks go before I would make a decision on adding yet another sew along for that, especially of similar patterns.
After
But
Candace
I,
showed
I mean,
that.
I have that pattern as well. David
Hmm.
and I purchased them at the same time.
We
So
would
we
never do
have a,
anything like that.
I mean, no, we would never. So yeah, we can, I can think about doing that, but I think I would want to make sure that one ended, uh, before December because I have plans for yet another sew along the month of December next year. I
Oh
mean,
my.
you're gonna have to wait a whole year for the full details on that. Okay, you're gonna get details probably in October. But yeah, I've got I, I'm got way too many plans and not enough time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Good morning, Duvraka. How are you today? Okay. If you sew the block correctly, Russ, you don't have to rip. Again, it was my own fault. I laid it out wrong. I thought that I had turned the first one accidentally in the middle of, the problem exists between design wall and sewing machine. But in reality, the problem existed between the sewing machine and the chair. And maybe if I don't do the Yuletide sampler in 2026, there's always 2027.
Oh my.
Because, I mean, there's only going to be, 72 new patterns that come out in 2026 that I'm going to want to do. So, but like I said, all of the chorus quilts ones just depend on the intensity it takes for the Secret Garden because the blocks are the same,
Now when
or
will you be announcing
mostly the same.
details on that so along?
Or Candace, what you can do is you can join along and do the Yuletide instead of the Secret Garden.
Oh, there you
Because,
go.
like I said, we'd be doing the same blocks on the same months. It's just the swapped out blocks for like Christmas trees instead of stars would work that way. Duvraka says, good news there. Snow on the ground, -10 Celsius. You can keep it.
Hmm.
No, thank you.
As we were saying, you chose that, so you can have it. I mean, why would somebody willingly choose to live where the air hurts your face?
There is that.
I mean, it is pretty. I will give you that until somebody drives through it or pees in it.
Well, if you're
I'm
eating
sorry,
yellow snow,
writes
there's
your
a big
name in
issue.
it. That's what we did.
Well, I was gonna say if you're eating yellow snow, you've got problems.
Some people don't have a choice. I mean, I guess that's your definition of choice. You can choose to leave everybody behind, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be happy. I left my family behind. Duvraka says that she gets the most amazing summers, though. No humidity.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe. Look, I just completed a unit that I didn't have to rip.
There you
Yay.
go. It's getting better.
Oh, yeah. As David hinted to, I'm going to be dreading December because I've seen the block.
Well, with December's, you have to follow the picture, not the pattern.
Yeah, the pattern is wrong in December, and there's a lot of pieces.
Yeah, it's one of the bigger ones. And the sad part is that pattern doesn't work.
Candace says she also has Barnstar and Flower Garden to do, so
She sounds like me.
I also keep finding that I keep putting these blocks in sideways.
What do
And
you
I'm
mean?
like and I'll look at it, I'm like, something's not right. And oh yeah, it's because I put the block back wrong. So while I have a little bit of a captive audience, um, people may or may not have heard tomorrow begins Vlogmas, and Vlogmas is a um, however long content creators want to do it celebration where we create a video every day for as long as we do it. So some people will do it 12 days, some people do it 24 days, some will do it 25, some will do it for the full 31 days of December. And it really was started for like the smaller channels to basically get practice in front of the camera. If you don't, if you're trying to get better videos and stuff, you need to practice your talking, your being comfortable with the camera and everything. So I think it was started to get the smaller company or smaller channels that little bit. And when you're publishing every day, your stats go up. So I'm participating in Vlogmas again this year. It starts out with, yay, I'm excited. And then halfway through, it's like, yay, I'm exhausted. But by the time it's done, it's like, I'm glad I did it because I had so much fun.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'm going to be opening up two Advent boxes this year. The first Advent box is the Missouri Star Quilt Company Advent Jenny's Countdown to Christmas. That one I purchased at the end of last year at their special discounted coupon code, blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of excited about that one. And then the second one that I'm doing is what I'm calling the Fantastic Advent Box. When I was in Massachusetts, I conned my sister into agreeing that she wants to make an Advent box for me.
I like
And
how you use the word con.
hey, if I'm giving her free labor for all these quilts, she has to give me free labor for the box.
I
That
think
is
that
true. She has done the sweatshop for you a lot this year.
Yeah. So she went out to the shops out there and she purchased. I gave her a budget, which is higher than the Missouri Star budget, but that's mostly because Missouri Star can get things at wholesale and Fran can't. So yeah, I'm excited to see what she's got. I did tell her that there is a spoiler box opening of the Missouri Star, which I refuse to go look at because I want everything in my videos to be genuine reactions. So um, she went and looked it up, and she's telling me that her box is better than Jenny's box. So I'm
Yay!
very excited. The openings and everything start tomorrow, and there's also going to be puzzles in each of the videos, and the puzzles you can answer in the comments what you think that the answers are. And for everybody who makes a right answer guess in the comments, they will be entered for a prize drawing the end of Vlogmas. I haven't quite figured out what the prize drawing is going to be, but I think it's going to be something awesome. I just need to go shopping and find it like this week. I should have searched for it yesterday while I was at the shop, but so we will see what the prize is going to be. But yeah, that's what's going to be happening for Vlogmas is we're getting a prize.
That's going to be exciting.
And every day that you I have to rip again.
Gosh.
And every day that you enter, so you know, if you enter or if you're able to guess the answer to the puzzle for all, I think it's 24 days. It might be 25 days. I forget the way that the math lined up. Then you can have those full 24 or 25 entries into the contest.
That will be fun for everybody.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And um, yeah, so and the puzzles Since I'm not spoiling anything because a video came out this morning, they're Wheel of Fortune style puzzles. So, if you love Wheel of Fortune, even though Pat Sajak isn't hosting it anymore and Vanna White's just, touching the screens instead of doing the full work of flipping the letters, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with the puzzles.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I did a lot of work in Excel to get this to work. Let's see, I fell behind. Ingrid says, hi, Russ, Julie, and David.
Hi, Ingrid.
Hello.
Ingrid says she was hanging up more Christmas lights with her nephew. Today
Oh,
they did the icicle lights, but instead of hanging them on the house, they put them on the bushes in the front yard.
It's
Those are
always
fun.
fun.
What were the lights that you were suggesting yesterday, David?
The Gobi ones,
Yeah.
because you can make them year round with white, brown, and then you got colors for the holidays you can turn them into.
As if I need more lights on my house, but
Well, they already know about you, so. And then, for Pride Month, you can turn it all sorts of rainbow.
I was about to say, can I rotate the colors
Oh, yeah.
and that for Pride Month?
Hmm. Yep. They have a rainbow setting that just twinkles all night.
I mean, nothing can be worse than the horrible light show that we have across the street.
uh-oh.
No,
Oh, it's not just horrible.
it's
It's
horrible.
horrible and obnoxiously loud. Like it distracts Riley at night when she's trying to do her evening constitutional
Mm.
because she's hearing music and she's like, "Where's that music coming from? Where's that music coming from?"
It's
Oh,
worse than National Lampoons.
Yes.
mm.
But I suppose the good news is they didn't have a yard sale this weekend.
Oh, is that a common thing they do?
Oh, they've had code called on them because we're only allowed 3 yard sales a year,
Oh,
and they've had like a 3 month period where they did yard sales every weekend.
like a business.
Hmm.
Well, and that's what they're doing is they're not selling things at yard sale prices. They are selling things at I can get this on eBay prices.
Oh,
So they are doing it as a business,
yep.
but without, buying or renting space at like I want to say the Brass Armadillo, but that's the Phoenix shop. But basically, you have the antique shops booth things because there's a lot of cool stuff that they have, but it's not stuff that if I'm on a yard sale kick, I'm not going to go to their house and say, "Oh yeah, I would buy that." On an impulse. It's stuff that you kind of have to look at, digest, and
Well, and
ponder.
two, if they set it up like that all the time, you're not gonna get, the regulars already know you're doing this every month or
Yeah.
every day or every weekend. And so you just kind of get stragglers uh that
Yeah.
buy, and it ends up being a mess. I've seen
Oh,
that.
yeah. We had a conversation with, or I had a conversation with our HOA president and said, "Are y'all doing anything about the yard sales?"
Mhm.
And I guess they have to bring it up at a meeting before they can put something in the mailbox to say you need to stop having yard sales.
Yeah.
And the comment that I had is, well, we'll see what happens first. That or they have enough yard sales that I can actually call code because I didn't document their spring yard sales, but I have documented their fall yard sales so far. And they've had three, and you're allowed three in a 12-month period. So the next one that they have, I get to say, if you start that 12-month period on this day,
Right. Well, with you being in an HOA, I don't know how those work, but
it's not a real HOA.
Yeah,
Oh,
yours is a fake HOA. It's
It's more of a social club. Our dues are $20 a year, maybe $25 a year.
oh,
So it's not real.
yeah.
It is just mostly the 20 or $25 a year that we pay is to fund the four social events we have every year because we have a Easter event,
Uh-huh.
we have a summer block party, we have a Halloween event, and a Christmas, I'm sorry, a December progressive dinner.
Okay. Well,
that
I
one.
was thinking because of the loud, I'm all about the lights and the Christmas and everything, but like with the music,
Yeah.
that would bother me.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I
I
love the
don't
light.
normally hear it unless I'm outside. Although yesterday I was in the evening, I was in my sewing room and I had to text David. I said, I can kind of hear it coming through
Mm-hmm.
the window, but like my windows are fairly new, so I don't hear them, or I don't hear much outside through them, I should say. But my next door neighbor, they have made several comments that they are tired of hearing all the extra noise from the people across the street. Because
Right.
they're across the street from my neighbor, they're not across the street from me.
Right. What about people living right next door to them? Ooh.
Oh, they're ready to produce any evidence if code has to be called on the yard sales as well. Because it was last weekend, the guy across the street from me who is next door to them, he
Mhm.
sends me a text and says, "Oh, the yard sales have started." And I responded 3 weeks ago
Oh,
or
wow.
2 weeks ago.
Mm.
They apparently had been in Australia, so they missed the first two yard sales. And I told him that I had everything documented about those, and he said that he had taken good pictures of this one. Because when we called code last time, the answer that the homeowners gave was, I think they got us mixed up with somebody else down the street having yard sales. And we didn't have pictures saying this was them having yard sales.
Oh,
So without the evidence, we couldn't just say, well, y'all are wrong. You're just trying to get out of a code citation. So instead, we just said we'll document in the future. And if something has to happen, something has to happen.
right.
But like the bigger hope is that the HOA handles that because it's not an individual neighbor that can easily be traced back to it. But if they don't want to handle it like they should, then like I said, I have no issues calling code.
Right. Well, I'm not a Grinch, but if you have neighbors, you need to be a little bit considerate. Not everybody
Yeah.
live like me out in the middle of nowhere, but you need to have some consideration. The
Oh,
lights, I love the lights and
oh
stuff,
no, 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 no.
but
These
not
are the same people who
not
last year called the electric company to have our security light that is basically next to the road in between the four houses turned
Mhm.
off because it was too bright in somebody's window.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, do you not see the
Wow.
Christmas lights?
Oh, wow. Hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, they're a little special. And basically all three of us other people had to call back and say, we want you to turn the light back on. All three of us had to turn it back on, had to call in order to get it turned back on.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm like, I don't understand how one person was able to turn it off, but three people have to turn it back on.
Have these neighbors been in that neighborhood for a long time?
Well, the homeowner, which is the mother or grandmother, has been around for a while. The people who used to live next door lovingly called her Mrs. Kravitz.
Oh,
And if you know, and by lovingly, I'm being sarcastic,
yeah.
but if you've ever watched Bewitched, you know who Mrs. Kravitz is.
Hmm.
So she was apparently always nosy. But then again, the people who lived next door at the time, I would say, made it entertaining.
A good way to put it.
So that's the phrase I will say just to keep everything PG related. So yeah, I think that she just kept it entertaining. And then her granddaughter and former son-in-law. I haven't quite figured out how this all works, but they moved in a handful of years ago, and that's when everything started having problems because he he's the one who's doing the yard sales, obviously not a 80-year-old woman.
Right.
But it just is kind of strange because he's he's the granddaughter's father, but not the homeowner's son.
Oh, I didn't know that
And
much.
and there was a must apparently a messy divorce. Like I don't even understand how all that came to be. Again, I don't go digging into other people's business, but yeah, it's a apparently a very special and other things we found out is apparently there needs to be a very special episode on TV about them. That's as far as I can say about that one. But there's
Hey.
yeah, there's stuff that does not need to be happening that has happened.
Oh.
Okay, which direction do I want these to go?
What's everybody doing on their blog?
I'm on my last couple seams as I'm trying to figure out which direction seams should go. Because yeah, we hit 2 o'clock, but let's finish our block, or
Yeah.
as far as we can. I need that to go this way, so I need you to go this way. Which I don't like you going that way, but fine.
No, we need to finish our blocks because I like to see everybody's.
Well, it's going to be a little hard to see David's. Well, I'm sure he'll find a way.
Oh no, there's a way to do it. There's a reason I haven't fully put the borders on. I just have to look to see which. Oh, it's that one. Oh yeah.
It's the center square, uh, the Paul Lynn square that needs to be pressed outwards. Katie said she would never live in an HOA. I would never live in a real HOA,
Mm-mm.
although I've heard that sometimes they are good, but most of the times it's like there's it's a problem, but it's usually just a problem when there's stupid rules. Um, Apparently, ours used to be a real HOA, and then something like to the point where they had covenants and everything, and the ability to do HOA shenanigans on your titles. But then it fell apart somehow. Um, Maybe they just didn't keep elected officials for whatever period. So it was gone for, I'm going to say 20 years. And then they just revived it, but more as the social group, not as, and I say social group. That's not all they do. They do keep us abreast on events that are happening or like when construction's starting on certain things, or if there's zoning things that are being done that people need to know about, or um, like when there was an event recently where something was being voted on, and yeah, the HOA went a little bit too far in saying, or suggest, they didn't explicitly say, but they explicitly suggested that people should vote like one way. And I was like, you can't do that. You can tell people to vote, you can't tell people which way to vote.
No.
Um, and they sent out an official apology and everything saying, yeah, we kind of overstepped. We're sorry, but still make sure you vote however you think you should, however you think you want to vote. And I was voting opposite of what the HOA wanted, because I'm like, I used to live in Boston. I know how these things work. I know it's never going to work in Georgia, but it would be nice to have appropriate public transportation one day. It's
I
still
don't know
fun.
that we'll ever have that, Russ, and in the United States. And I say this because there's too many politics, too many we can't dig dirt because it's going to save a beetle. And I don't
Yeah.
need to
Well, it's
offend
not even just
anyone.
that. It's people love their cars, and
Mm-hmm.
people are afraid that if they can get from, I'm going to say, downtown Atlanta to East Cobb, the ritzy part of Cobb County,
Mm-hmm.
that they will come in and start robbing them. And I'm like, you know how much work it would be and how much time it takes to get from downtown Atlanta to East Cobb on public transportation, even if it was good public transportation,
Still be
much
about
less,
2 hours.
if they're going to go in and, you know, steal a TV set. You know how difficult it would be? And then they would have to sit and wait for the next bus with a
Right.
TV in hand, with cops just randomly. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't understand. And it's something that, the folks that are like in the Boston area, we know how good public transportation is, and to the point where the closer you live to public transportation, the more expensive your rent is, because it's a
Yes.
huge premium.
Yes.
Whereas it seems like down here, the closer you are to public transportation, the lower your rent is, because it's almost like ghetto, because nobody wants to live there.
Right.
And our public transportation sucks.
Yeah.
Uh, they like, if you live on Cobb Parkway, great, because there's buses that go up and down Cobb Parkway, but people don't live on Cobb Parkway. They work on Cobb Parkway.
Right.
And you still have to get somebody to the public transportation, and
Mm-hmm.
our our traffic is very much a nightmare because nobody wants to take public transportation.
Yes, it is. Try to drive an 18-wheeler in there. Oh,
Uh, Coworker of mine,
easy.
he lives in Decatur and he loves taking the train.
Well,
He
the
would,
train's different. The train actually works there.
well,
for
only
the
if
most
you
part.
live north, south, or east, west.
Right. It doesn't
I
help
mean,
you still, but
yeah,
it helps everybody else. And
right. Uh, but he lives on the line, and when we worked downtown, he was able to get out of the subway right outside the office. Where we live now, he has to Frogger it across the interstate. Really, it's the overpass over the interstate that he's not actually running across the interstate. But I joke that he is. So yeah, there's all of that. So he tends to work from home on rainy days
Right.
because he doesn't want to deal with all of that. And I support him because, he's doing public transportation, da 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 da.
Mm,
But I really miss my days in Boston when,
mm.
okay, I miss the public transportation. I don't miss like the day that a homeless man lit a fire underneath the Longfellow Bridge and shut down the Red Line, and I had to walk from Harvard Square to Kendall Square to get to work in the snow.
Oh,
I was frozen that day.
yeah.
uh, and there was other events because people with headphones could not hear a train, yelling at them, "I'm behind you, move," otherwise, and the conductors just have to cover their eyes because they don't want to see what happens. So there's things like that that I don't miss, but there's definitely like the good parts that I do miss.
Right. Well, it's just like you take, for instance, like Japan and the foreign countries, Europe, and
Yeah,
they're so far advanced as far as they've got it figured out. But I don't think they have to go through all this red tape like we do here in the States. And I think that here it just seems like everything's so much more expensive. I
there
could be
hasn't
wrong.
been a commuter light rail creation since MARTA in the 70s. MARTA being Atlanta's rail.
Yeah. Now I know in California they have BART and they
Yes.
protected BART. I've been out there to visit my sister and taken BART, and that's they've got it figured out pretty good.
Yeah, BART is good. The T in Boston is good. Obviously, New York, they have it to a standard.
Mm-hmm.
DC, from what I understand, has it really good. Chicago has it good.
Uh-huh.
It's and all those you can get around without needing a car. Atlanta, there's no hope. You have to basically have a car unless you want to go to the airport in order to get around.
Right.
And even then, I've kind of given up because I mean it's $4 a day to park at the subway station. Uh,
Oh,
Most of them are free if you're parking just for the day. So if you are driving in to get to work and that, you've got free parking at the subway. But if you want to go multiple days, then it's a like $4 or $5 a day. But if I'm gone for a certain amount of time, it ends up being cheaper for me to, get a Uber to the airport.
Mhm.
And then I don't have to stress about, what kind of traffic am I going to hit at what hour when I just really want to be home. And if I get an Uber, they get to deal with the traffic, not me.
right. That doesn't scare you. I'd be scared to death. I'm not. I'm a backseat driver though. That.
I have just learned to ignore everything. I was in an Uber once that he had a Tesla that was self-driving,
Oh,
and I was kind of concerned, but I'm like, I'm not dead. So
Oh, I
I
did the
have my block
Waymo.
done.
I've done
oh yeah.
Waymo.
Oh, look at your colors. Oh, Russ, I like that.
Or maybe if I do this way, the glare on the one corner is not going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, here's mine. I got mine finished.
Oh, I love your choice in which you picked. You got a lot
See,
more darkers.
I can still show it.
Thank
And then
you.
David's got his.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know why it does
Although
that.
you have the silly keep my face in focus
Yeah, I
setting
gotta
turn on
fix
Zoom.
that. But
I
yeah.
love
It's
it.
so
See how pretty all of our different choices, and it just makes the blocks shine.
Hmm.
it does. It's really awesome. So I love these. I want to thank David and Julie for joining me. And as Amy said earlier today, hopefully she will be able to join us in December for this. December, I just so that we're ahead of time, I am thinking about actually doing the 21st, which is 1 week earlier. And that's because I am going to be at Stephanie's retreat on the 28th. So I think the 21st is going to be a little bit better. That way I'm not pushing it into January and we don't have to worry about, okay, January and then the finishing with the piano keys. So we'll have that going on in January. So the 21st, I will have reminders sent out to everybody. I'll have the YouTube card to put up. And then, that means we'll have everything clear for Christmas. Don't forget, everybody, that Vlogmas starts tomorrow. I don't have a full list of the Quilty Vlogmas videos yet that I know of, but as I get them figured out, I will add them to my description box in my videos so that everybody can see them. Again, there's going to be puzzles, so join in on the fun and yeah, have a wonderful, rest of your day. Do some shopping on Cyber Monday. Toodles.
Bye, y'all. Have a good day.